Hey, how you doing?
Hey Boo, how are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
Okay, please introduce us to yourself.
My name is Conflict Ortiz. I'm engineer, producer, rapper, English and Spanish. I mean, pretty much everything that has to do with music.
All right, so tell us where you got your name from.
My uncle, when I was little, used to always be a little feisty and always got into fights, fighting my cousins and stuff like that. So he would call me Conflicto in Spanish. So yeah, that's pretty much. I got it from him.
Oh, and then Ortiz is your last name.
Yeah. My dad's last name. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right, awesome, awesome. So what got you started into doing music?
My whole family does music actually. Grew up in the church. My mom, she plays the guitar, she sings. My aunt plays the bass. All my aunts play instruments. So I mean, percussion, you name it, they do it. Pentecostal church. So yeah, pretty much.
So I feel very guilty because I know that you're a phenomenal artist for sure, but I don't want to talk about your music tonight
Okay, that's
because
fine.
I think that you have a very fascinating brain. And I really,
Okay,
really want to pick your brain. Is that okay? And
yeah, that's fine.
of course, I'll do all the tags and stuff to like for the links on your music. But replaying your IGTVs and your lives, you think very differently than the traditional norm. Would you agree or disagree?
Elaborate on that. As far as my faith,
Not faith, not
or
no, not your religion. Just the things that you say out loud aren't the traditional outrage that they're publicizing to us. Okay, for example, do you believe that playing the victim do you believe that we're playing the victim Olympics so much that the word racist has become desensitized?
well,
Desensitized.
you got to do your history on where the word race came from, like different race,
Okay.
and that part takes into religion as well. Because if you think about it, um, okay, how can I explain this a little bit more easier? Let me simplify it a little bit. So, okay, when somebody say a different race, that's why I always ask people, what do you mean by different race?
Okay.
Like for example, cats and dogs are a different race, right?
Okay.
You would
Okay.
say they're different. They're animals, but cats are cats, dogs are dogs, right? We're
Yeah.
human beings. We're human. We may be a different species, but we're not a different race. Because if I had a wife that's black, and me being Puerto Rican, well, Puerto Rica's a mix anyway. If we was a different race, we couldn't have kids. I believe that we're all one race. We're the human race. We're human, but we're different kinds. You know, race takes it's broad and it's just too big to. It has so many different meanings that it's been washed up. If you get what I'm saying, because if you
Yeah.
look at history, the Germans actually came up with that word, different race. German scientists basically saying uh, blacks and Indians are a different race because they're mixed more with ape and monkey. That's what they were saying. Yeah. That's why they say that they were saying the lighter your skin, the more human you are. If you actually like look into that, yeah, that's what they meant by it. That's why we're not a different race. We're all created. That's why I say we're all created in the image of God. We're all human beings. You may look different, but in the end of the day, I might be A plus positive blood, and you might be A plus positive blood. If I needed your blood, you saved my life.
Yeah.
So how are we a different race? I can't take a
Yeah.
blood from a dog or a cat, right? I can't. They,
No.
they will not give me that blood. They'll be like, nah, that's not the same. I would need it from a human being, right? So
Why
that's
do
why
you
I think outside of the box. I do a lot of reading, and just because you look different, that's what's wrong with with society nowadays is that people don't understand because you are different or look different or act different. They hate you. You know what I'm saying? It's not racist or it's not that. It's just hate. Somebody hates you for your differences. That's all it is. Even within our own family. Have you ever had anybody in your family hate you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you're probably better than them on something, or you're probably prettier than them. So they hate you all because of differences. That's all it is. So if a white man hate a black person, it's because he hates his difference. He hates that he's different from him. You know, we are the same. We're all, we are the same. You know, I date black women. My dad is black. And look how light I came up. Look at my skin color. My dad is black. He's Puerto Rican, but he's black. So we're not a different race. I hate when people say that, oh, he's racist or this. I'm like, look, man, he may have hate in his heart. I give you that. But when you say racist, what do you mean racist? Is he like, what do you mean by that? Because it's been so washed down that it has so many different meanings that it's crazy. It's like God. You could tell somebody, hey, I believe in God. Now you got to ask yourself, which God do you believe? Because all I know is one God. But you got people that believe in Buddha, the Hindu gods. There's like over 300 of them. You got so many. So you got to ask these questions. You got to be like, please elaborate on that. What God do you believe in? What do you believe in? It's the same thing. So that's the same thing with words. Words could mean so many different things nowadays because it's just so passed down.
Yeah. Why are you so religious?
I'm not religious. I believe in Christ for the fact is the evidence behind him. He had witnesses. He had and I'm talking about witnesses. I'm not talking about only 12 disciples. The Bible speaks more people following him than 12 disciples. He had over thousands of followers. It's not. It's the evidence behind him that I say, you know what, I can trust this. That's why. But, we have a creator. I mean, you can't deny that. We have to have a creator. Because if you look at a vehicle, you look at a car and the way they put cars together, think about it. You'd be like, man, if I tell you that car just came out of nowhere and nobody created it, you're going to look at me crazy, right? Mm-hmm. You're going to say, no, a person that the car company put that together, a mechanic was working on it. Yeah, it took minds to create something like that, right? So imagine our body structure. Imagine our cells, our arteries, how just the human body works. Think about that. It's so much complicated. It wasn't no accident. It took a great mind to create us. So that's why.
Do you think that things will go back to normal after the election?
No.
Why do you say that?
Throw equality out. First of all, let's just put this out there. Throw equality out the window. Going back to our previous conversation. Somebody's always going to hate somebody.
Yeah.
Regardless of color, nationality, ethnicity, whatever it is you want to call it. Somebody will always hate somebody. Just life. We that's why people hate. I used to hate. You can even call me racist back then because I used to hate white people.
Yeah.
Because I got brainwashed saying that, oh, they're racist, they hate you, they don't want you to win. And then when I started doing my research, I'm like, man. And then when God changed my life, it was like, I don't hate no more. Now I love. Regardless if you hate me, you can hate me all you want. A person can hate me, and I'm gonna go ahead and feed that person, give that person something to drink. That's how you show love. That's love. Love is more of an action than just a feeling. And I had a conversation with my cousin with that because he believes it's just a feeling. I'm like, no, it's an action, because if you actually love somebody, you're going to do for them. You're not going to do them harm. So, but it will never go back. It will never. We're human. We're flawed. We hate. We kill each other. I mean, just think about it. Life in general. Animals can be in the jungle all together And sometimes they don't even want to kill each other. They're just hanging out, drinking water and whatever they doing. We kill each other because we think we own everything. Oh, this is our territory. Oh, I want what he got. The United States, how many times the United States went over Iraq? And basically we did damage because we want their oil. They're not going to tell you that. But that's just life.
Yeah.
We're flawed. You know, we made mistakes. That's another reason why I believe in God, because we know what evil is. You can describe evil. You could say a pedophile is evil, a murderer is evil, a thief is evil. We got a measurement for evil. But ask yourself, do you have a measurement for good? And when I mean good, I mean ultimate good. I mean immorality, a person that's perfect, that never lied, that never stolen, that never killed. And that's why I believe what I believe, because I believe that ultimate good is God. Got to have a measurement for good and evil.
Are you a fan of Kanye West?
I like Kanye. You know, he's a little different, but I like different.
Has anyone ever compared you to him?
No, nobody has ever compared me to him.
Not music wise, just mindset wise.
Mindset wise, not really. You know,
I don't know if you're a fan of the Joe Rogan podcast. Are you?
Joe? No, not really. I don't watch Joe Rogan like that.
Yeah, don't say that.
I don't. I don't watch him like. I know he does. He's a commentator for like UFC and all that stuff too.
Yeah. Well, he just invited Kanye West on his podcast recently, and this is like one of the first times that we're seeing Kanye talking uninterrupted, and I feel like I'm talking to Kanye right now.
Oh no! Well, you know, I mean, I don't know, because I don't really listen to Kanye like that. I listen to his music, you know, back in the days, but I just always thought like this, you know. I mean, before I converted into actually walking my faith, I never thought like this. I used to be a totally different person, and then I changed, you know, through the grace of God. You know, me studying and actually seeing how I should be and how I should think and what I should do. You know,
what was that moment that switched it for you? What happened?
When I opened up my heart to Christ, when I said, "Come into my life," I surrender. I can't do it myself. I'm not. I've tried to do it myself. I try to be perfect. I try to help people, and you can't do it alone. You need God. And when I open up my heart to Christ, that's when my hunger came, and I started really studying, and I started seeing how Christ was, him being the perfect example for me to walk a certain way. I'm not perfect. I'm by far perfect. I sin. I still sin to the day, but I know that I'm saved by grace of God, you know. So I know if I fall, you know, God will forgive me, you know, but I correct my mistakes. If I'm wrong, I'm like, yo, I'm wrong. I'm sorry. What can I do to make it right? And that's how we should live as human beings, especially on this world. I mean, it's a big world, but at the same time, it's so small. Because I live in Jacksonville, Florida, and Jacksonville's big land-wise, but it's still small. You know, it's still small because I see the same people everywhere. I'm like, man, I see you. What, man? Like, you know. So, I mean, it is what it is. You know, that's what changed Christ.
So, I don't want to make this whole conversation about Kanye, but Kanye said something where how even Black History Month is controlled. They're feeding us parts of history that they want us to remember, and not the stuff that they don't want us to. Do you think that I don't know who they is. God, I don't know who they is.
He's
Do you think that the invisible they?
He's talking about the Democratic Party. He's talking about the Democrat.
Do you think that they are trying to delete certain parts of history in order to still manipulate our mindset?
Yeah. And I could tell you how they're doing it.
How?
They is the Democratic Party. The Democratic Party is telling minorities to destroy all these monuments, to destroy all these things. Like, let's just say, for example, the flag for the South, the rebel flag, right?
Mm-hmm.
Of course they want them to destroy that. But they're the ones who were the racist party. They're the ones who said, yo, like, black people are property. Indian people are property. We own them. So now what they're doing, they're trying to say, okay, we gotta try to convince them that these monuments need to be thrown down. Of course they control it. They control the media. They control all the media. And that's why even Trump said it. There's fake news out there. And if you don't do research and actually watch, you know, the whole thing as a whole and just watch these little clips of, like, for example, you know, the George Floyd thing, I can agree. That was wrong. That cop need to be killed. I can agree with that.
Yeah.
But there's other incidents that if you look at, you know, like recently the one that happened in Philadelphia, the guy had a knife ready to stab these cops and he was going after them. So they shot. People say, oh, well, shoot him in the leg. Well, if you think about it, if you would have shot him in the leg, two things could have happened. He would have died quicker because there's an artery in your leg that if you shoot, you could bleed out and within a minute you're dead.
Yeah.
Second thing, if you miss and that bullet ricochet from the ground and it hits somebody else, guess what? Now you just hurt somebody else. It's hard. I shoot pistols. I go to the gun range. So I know it's hard. The best place to get shot is center mass, body. Aim for the body. They had to defend themselves. Now, people say, oh, why they shot so many times? I'm like, well, you got to think about it. They got to make sure that he's down. Because if you shoot him twice and he's not down, he gets back up and he stabs the cop in the neck, what's going to happen? But the media, the point of this is that the media controls the narrative.
Yeah.
Remember that. If it would have been two black cops killing a black guy, would you hear about it?
No.
No. Two white cops, you would definitely hear about it. Why? Because it gives ratings. You're going to get people to watch it. And then on top of that, the Democratic Party, and I believe it's them, and I don't say only the Democratic Party, because there's some Republicans that are evil too. Men are evil, period. But those people, they are using black people's emotions to control them. And I was one of them. I might not be fully black. I'm Puerto Rican. But when I think, like, when they brainwashed us, because we got hoods in New York. Latinos got hoods in New York and in LA. Okay? We got hoods out there. We're just as brainwashed as black folks. We're the same thing. We live in poverty. But at the same time, it's like we as individuals, we got to stop thinking as a group and start thinking as individuals and start investigating these things to find out what's the truth. Because you're not going to get truth from either side. You're going to get some truth from either side. But if you collect all the evidence together, then you get the full truth and you make the decision for yourself. You don't just say, oh, he's the blame. You know?
I really feel like I should talk about your music, but I want to keep going with this. Do you mind? I'm sorry. You're a great musician. I love your music. I love your YouTube videos. They're so fun. Okay, let's talk about your music for a little bit. How long does it take you to make a beat?
It depends what kind of beat I'm trying to make. If I'm trying to make a salsa beat, a merengue beat, that probably take me about an hour. If I make a hip hop beat, 20 minutes, 10 minutes. Reggaeton beat, 10 minutes, 20 minutes. It just depends where I'm at creating, what I want to create. Excuse me.
What's your end game?
My end game? What I want to see out of this?
Yeah.
I want to be rich. I want to be able to help my people. You know what I'm saying? I want to be able to, somebody come up to me or a family member or even friends and be like, man, I need my house, you know, I can't pay for it. I'll pay it off for them. I want to be able to help out my peoples.
But through music or through what?
Through music. You know, the first thing I want to do is get in the industry through music. I actually want to influence people through my music to make them think, you know, think for themselves, think for yourselves. When I'm in here, I'm not thinking only what I like. I'm thinking what everybody else like, but making it in a way where I like it as well. Okay. So I have to think outside of the box. I have to be a free thinker. And that's the same thing with any subject. Anything that I do, I want to be able to free think for myself. What do they like? What do I like? How can I incorporate this together and create something? Simple, but my end game is I want to be successful in music. Eventually, if God willing, if I become an actor or whatever, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But, I really just want to be successful. And when I mean that financially, so I can help out people within my life or even outside of my life. That's like you're doing your thing with, interviewing people and all that stuff. I could be like, hey, I could put money behind you. I can get you the equipment that you need and we could start your podcast. That's what it's about. It's about helping each other and helping each other grow and become something. Platforms are very important in life. And when yours grow or anybody, if mine grows or whatever, we can help out each other. And guess what? In the end, we all win. That's what it's all about.
I want your book.
My book?
Yes.
Yeah. When I start writing one, I definitely will contact you.
I do, because I think there's a lot of group thinking going on right now. And I was messaging a friend earlier today, actually, where I'm going through this phase in my life where I'm realizing a lot of us are sheep, which is not I don't know a nicer word to say other than sheep. And it's not a bad thing, not as an insult to anyone. Not as an insult to anyone. But that also means that if I tell you McDonald's breakfast is good, you're going to go to McDonald's. If I tell you that the police hate you because they're trying to kill us, you're going to think that, Yeah. So I'm like, what do we do then?
If we're all sheep, right? Like you said, we're all sheep.
Yeah.
We need to find that good shepherd. And that's why, let's go back to religion. That's why I chose Christ, because he's the perfect example. We all need a leader. We're all going to have a leader, right? But we choose who leads us. We choose who makes sense, who has, it's like what's going on with the election. People are like, oh, I vote for Biden, I vote for Trump. I'm going to be honest with you. I voted for Trump. Why? He's not perfect, by far not perfect, but he meets more of my standards than the other guy.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to be like, okay, who's the lesser evil? Which person is the lesser evil?
Mm-hmm.
Who would you choose? Let's just say, for example, if you had a liar or a murderer, right? Who are you going to choose to lead you? I'm going to be like, yo, I'm going to go with the liar because I know he going to lie, but I know he ain't going to kill me. You know? Yeah. And then my homeboy was like, well, what if he lies? And what if he tells you, I won't kill you? I'm like, he can't do that because he's not a killer. He's just a liar.
You're just a liar.
What he's going to do is tell me, oh, I'm going to kill you. I'm like, nah, you a liar. I don't believe that. So you got to think outside of the box. I'd rather choose the lesser evil. Trump is the lesser evil. I mean, he's by far not perfect. I don't praise him or nothing like that. I respect his policies, but at the same time, there's things I don't respect. I'd be like, man, you shouldn't have said that, man. You go watch your mouth.
But do you think that do I need to like you in order for you to be my leader?
No.
Thank you. Thank you.
You don't gotta like the person.
I don't have to like you as a person to be my manager. I don't have to like you.
Do your job.
I'm still getting paid.
Yeah, do your job, and it is what it is. No, because there's plenty of people that I have in here in the studio, and I don't like them. And really? I mean, they might watch this, but I tell them, if they came up to me like, hey, you don't like me, I was like, I tell you, I don't like you. You're too cocky. You think you're confident. You think you know everything, and you don't know nothing. No, I'm talking about another person.
But do you like me?
Oh yeah, you cool. I watch your interviews and everything. You cool. Okay. And I don't really know you like that, so it's like maybe if I got to know you better and stuff like that, you cool. I'd be like, yo, you cool. But that's why I watch you, because I like when you interview people. That's why I watch you, because I like you. I like the way you interact with people and stuff like that. But when I mean people I don't like, is people in the studio that come here to record, and even their music. I might like them as a person and I like their music. but they're paying me. So I mean, hey, that's what you want. I'm gonna give you what you want, right? So nah, but you don't need to like your leader. You don't need to like your leader. But at the same time, I respect everybody. Even if I don't like you, I still respect you. I'm not gonna downgrade you. I'm not gonna make you feel like a low life. No, I'm gonna still respect you and show you love. But at the same time, I'll be like, yo, I don't like you. Like, I don't like the way you are, your demeanor, you know, the cockiness. Cause you ever met somebody that just think they know everything? And it's like, whoa, like, what are you talking about? You
Yeah.
know? And it's like, you have no idea what you're talking about, you know? But in the end of the day, I still respect that person. You know, I try to lead him to the right place. I could lead him to the water. I just can't make him drink it. You know, like, yo, it's the faucet right there. It's his choice whether he want to drink it or not. You know, people, look, what I've learned in life, this is something I've learned in life. People are not after a truth quest. They're after a happy quest. So in saying that, people rather live a lie and be happy than have the truth and be miserable. Yeah. Which is, the truth to me will not make you miserable because the truth will set you free from the lie.
Fuck.
That's what I've learned in life, you know, and I'm about to be 37, you know?
No, you're not.
Yeah, I'm about to be 37 years old. Yeah. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I might have done that in the past, but I don't do that no more. But
So what's the secret to looking young? Because you do not look 37.
eat healthy, work out, and good genes, I guess. Yeah.
I can't help that.
I mean,
Okay, so final three questions. Where can we like you, stalk you, follow you, all that fun stuff?
okay, repeat that one more time.
Where can we like you, stalk you, follow you, all that fun stuff?
YouTube, Conflict Ortiz, IG, Conflict Ortiz, Snapchat, Conflict Ortiz, Facebook, Conflict Tune. Yeah, I keep it simple.
Snapchat?
You said what?
Who still has
Snapchat? Yeah,
Snapchat?
I have Snapchat. I like them filters, okay? them filters are nice. They be having like gory filters and all that stuff. So, but my Twitter is not up yet. Like I have a Twitter, but I don't use it. I need to start using it because they say Twitter can actually blow you up, you know? So, but I mean, look, I'm me. People are going to like me. People are not going to like me. It is what it is. I'm not here to please everybody. If a perfect man like Christ couldn't do it, what makes you think I can? What makes you think you can please everybody? You're not going to please everybody. But you know what? I bet you they're going to respect you. They're going to respect you because you are who you are. And you're going to be yourself. You're going to be like, this is who I am. It is what it is. You know? What can I do? Can't please everybody.
Can we do this again?
Definitely. Definitely. Whatever you want to talk about, we can do this again.
I would definitely love to not only have your thoughts after the election, and I'll obviously like PM you and DM. Throwing it back to 90s. I'll definitely DM you so we can schedule this, but you're so amazing.
Thank you. I mean, that's God. It's not me, but thank you. I mean, I'm just me. Like, this is how I think now. This is, I do my research before I even speak. I even say anything. So if you ever around me or anything and you ask me a question about something, I'll be like, well, I'll get back with you on that because I want to do my research before I even say anything. You know, it's all about having the facts and the truth, and not your truth or my truth, but the truth. Because we can have our truth all day and it can still be a lie, you know? So.
And then final question, selfish question. What advice can you give me to be more brave about what I say?
More brave, just do it. Be like Nike and just do it. You only live one life. Just do it. Just do it. Just think of that logo. That logo is amazing. I mean, when I used to perform and get on stages and perform for 200, 300 people, my mind is just like, yo, get that check. Just do it. Get that Nike check. Hey, just do it. You know, don't be afraid, because fear will hold you back for success. So if you're fearless, you can accomplish anything. So embrace that fear, use that fear against fear. Because at the end of the day, you see the outcome, you be like, you know what? And if you messed up, guess what? Don't be afraid to not do it again. Just be like, you know what? I messed up the first time, but I ain't gonna mess up again. And go do it till you get it right. You know, you only got one life, you know, one life to live. Live it to the fullest. Live it fearless and live it with God. Don't be godless. Pray, read your Bible, and get some of that knowledge. Let the Spirit fill you for when you see things, you're gonna know. You know, you got this little thing that human beings like to call conscience. You know, you ever had that little word, a little thing, and you're like, you shouldn't do that because that's God. That's God. You know, you can't touch that. That's not physical. It's God. It's something internal. It's something in you. So use it. You know? So just do it. That's it. Get like a Nike check poster or something and just put it up. Just do it. That way when you wake up every morning, you be like, yeah, just do it.
We're doing this again. We're doing this again, by the way. Definitely.
I
appreciate you. Thank you so much, Conflict. Okay.
All right, no problem. You be blessed and God bless.
God bless.
All right. Bye.